Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and I'm doing something a little different with my bins. As you know, I'm doing my bag systems that I have now, and now I have too many totes. And I did a video basically of all the, I think I have 8 or 9 bins that I had running. So I'm trying to empty some of them out, but in the process of doing that, I can't just, take everything, dump it out, or try to sort it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to dry some of these out. They're a little bit wet, so I'm going to bring you down here. Hold on here. Move it over, and we're going to bring this camera down to look at this bin right here. And this is one of the first bins I'm doing this with. And what I'm trying to do is see if I can dry it out. So I didn't have it closed before, but I wanted to show you here. So I moved all the material. I'm going to do it again, but I moved all the material up here. This is very, very muddy. I mean, this is just mud. This side right here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back over there. Actually, avocado seed in here, it looks like. That's not going anywhere, but I had drained all the water. I'd moved all this to this side and let it drain down. So this is becoming nice and crumbly on the top. This is almost the right consistency for castings. It's still a little bit too wet, but I've been trying to kind of rake this and loosen it up and, get this ready to kind of be sorted because it's too muddy. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to bring this up. And there's a ton of, for some reason, this is also really surprising me. The worms seem to be running into this muddy stuff and staying in there, which is really surprising. I thought that they would run out of it and be like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. But I mean, when I turn this over, you can see there's just a ton of worms in there. I've been leaving the top open on this bin. There's no smell to this, surprisingly. It doesn't smell bad at all. It's just very wet. I think that there was a lot of moisture in the bottom of this bin. It just sort of built up over time. So we're just going to kind of pile this on top. I don't know what to do with this avocado seed at the minute. I threw that in there thinking it might grow and nothing's happened to it a while ago. So we're going to just move this back on top like we had it before. We're going to try to dry this out some more. So what I've been doing is I've been kind of keeping it at an angle so where the water will drain that way into the open section, and that way it'll sort of dry out. And see, in the bottom of this, there's a whole lot of, you can see here, it's a whole lot of cocoons. This thing has a ton of them. I don't know whether to throw these cocoons in just like another bin and see if they hatch or what's going on. They're not lemon color, they're kind of a dark brown, so I don't know if that means they've already hatched or what's going on. But I mean, as I said, this is a new experiment that I'm doing. I'm trying to dry out my bins that are kind of really wet to get them to be able to sort through like a sorting screen or something. So I'd like to be able to sort a little better than having to sort through this muck that's here. So I've been just trying to mix it up, loosen things up again, have it evaporate out. I've been leaving this open just like this in my basement here, and I haven't had any issues with bugs or anything really on it either. It's just been, and there's no real food. I mean, like there's some coffee grounds and paper, but that's it. There's not a whole lot of food. Maybe a banana peel top every once in a while like this one right here. But there hasn't been a whole lot of issues or anything with the bin since I've started doing this. I've been doing this for about a week now, and it has dried out a lot. I'm not seeing any water run out now. It eventually will again, but what happens is all this muck, all the water will eventually just kind of slowly seep in. This will dry up, and it'll slowly flow this way into this section here. And then I just let it sit and dry out. So that's what I'm trying right now. If you have any suggestions on another way to dry these bins out, or dry this out in a way that makes it where it's nice and crumbly like it should be for castings, let me know. I'm just very curious to try a few different things because I do have these tote bins get very wet, and normally what I would do is I'd kind of throw everything to one side. I'd throw some paper in here, and then I would maybe like take out some of the stuff as it dried out and it soaked into the paper. But I've been trying to actually empty these bins instead of just doing that. So if you let me know, if you have any ideas, let me know, and I'll try them out to see what we can do to dry this out even faster. So that's my video for this week. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe and like my videos.